Dancing here at the National Disabled Veterans Golf Clinic, and we're here at the Terry Trueblood Recreational Center, and I'm here with Chris, who is a part of an organization called Adaptive Adventures. And as you can see, they have adaptive biking, they got rock climbing, and even kayaking here. And Chris, tell us a little bit more about the organization Adaptive Adventures.
So Adaptive Adventures is a nonprofit organization, and basically we travel full of trailers with all these different items in it. So we can come to VA hospitals, we can come to recreational facilities, every state in the nation. Well, we can't drive to Hawaii, but we do have bikes there, and in Puerto Rico as well. But we basically bring bikes and programs and equipment to those places so that people can take, they can find out how it works, get the right fitting, and then learn how to do that activity and go forward and maybe continue to participate. Some of the things like bicycles and cycling, a veteran can get that bike from the VA. Once they figure out which bike works best for them, they work with their team at the VA hospital, and when they ride enough and figure everything out, and we have, as you can see behind me, plenty of bikes to try,
I tried one earlier.
Yep, they can get the most appropriate bike for them that's going to work the best and move forward. Because, we don't want that thing sitting in a closet or in a garage because they can't get it out. It's not properly fitted. So we want to make sure that everything they get is good to go and it'll fit in the car. They'll use it on the trail. It's appropriate for where they live. All those different things, and it's fitted properly so they can, once they get one, they can go out and just, ride miles and miles. I mean, we have people that have come to us as beginners and now ride literally 3,000 miles in a year.
Whoa.
Yeah, we had one gentleman that never rode, and he rides an upright bike, some other issues. He rode from California to Washington, D.C. in 21 days.
I mean, that's just impressive. That's all that is. Yeah.
It is, yes. It's so good that you can get people out and just, they can have fun and enjoy nature and the environment, get out with the kids, get out with the family, get out with loved ones, caregivers, whatever, and just go. Or participate in, little 5K races or community events, or go to the grocery store. All those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk to me a little bit about the bikes here. And I know they are designed for different challenges. I rode one that's for visually impaired folks. There's also hand cycles, which is for folks who are paralyzed and whatnot. What else we got here?
Absolutely. So we have hand cycles. So spinal cord injuries, anybody limb loss, that sort of thing. Can't use legs don't work anymore. Maybe we got braces, we still have the legs that are attached, but they don't really work right. So hands, so we can use our hand cycles. We got many different kinds, and then we go to recumbent bikes. There's two different kinds of recumbent bikes. One sits a little higher, called a delta. One sits a little lower, called a tadpole. Tadpoles have two tires in front, one in back. Deltas have one in front, two in the back.
Okay.
And so those recumbent bikes have three wheels, kind of like a trike, but we call them recumbent trikes, and they are super stable. So balance issues, anything else where you can't be on a regular upright bike and feel comfortable, the recumbent bike is the way to go. We have different gearing, different ways to get in and out. Some are higher, so you can transfer out of a wheelchair in if if you just have that leg strength issue. And then we have, we go from there to tandem bikes.
Oh yeah.
So if you might have a visual impairment, but you still want to ride and everything's working great, all that's kind of missing is, being able to see that stoplight to stop or, stick in the middle of the trail. We have upright tandems. We also have upright recumbent tandems. So you can sit back and do those things and ride comfortably. So there's just all sorts of different ways you can ride. We even have bikes that you can ride side by side, 4 tires, quad, and sit side by side, balance issues, maybe traumatic brain injury.
Like a sidecar type of thing.
It's kind of like a sidecar,
Yeah.
but when you're sitting in front, you have to voice, you have to look and all that thing. But when you're sitting side by side with different healthcare issues that we have, sometimes it's very good just to sit here with that person and you're just next to them. It makes you feel comfortable and safe. And of course, once you feel safe, then all of a sudden you start to have fun.
Yep.
And all of a sudden when you're having fun, all of a sudden learning starts to happen.
Yeah, and healing too.
And healing, and it's that safety, fun, and learning. And all of a sudden they're learning and they're doing this and they're doing that, and they don't realize, oh hell, I've just ridden 10 miles, and then a month later they're riding 20 miles a day, and they're riding 3 days a week. and all of a sudden we have health issues start going away. You know, the blood sugar drops, the diabetes drops.
Yeah.
We got all those different things. We're healthier, we feel better. We're out with the family, we're spending more time with family, maybe spending more time with friends, social, all those different things come into play. And, you know, our healthcare issues hopefully go away a little bit. And, you know, it's one of those things where we can keep people out of the VA hospitals. Not that it's not good to be in the hospital, but, you know.
It's there if you need it, but we'd like you to not need it, right? As much.
Absolutely. You know, I think in my head I'd much rather, you know, see us give $5,000 for a bicycle than spend $10,000 on an ER visit.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that much better, healthier, and it just makes for a better community and a better, you know, that's what we need to do.
Absolutely. And so let's talk a little bit more about that healing aspect. What do you see when you see veterans get in the bike and maybe they're a little bit anxious or unsure, and then they go out on the trail, and I mean, what's that like to see that transformation?
Well, you know, it's you see the smiles and you see the feeling, and you see people come back to you year later or maybe the next event. Hey, you know what? I've been riding, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, you look really good. You know, no, seriously, it's like you look good and you're doing this, and oh, you know, I figured out that I could ride, but you know what it did? I also figured out that if I can do that, I can go and play this. Maybe I can play golf and walk the course. Maybe I can play handball. Maybe I can do more bocce. Maybe, you know, those bowl. They can get out and do different things, because all of a sudden it's like, well, if I can do that, then I can do this. And it's kind of that snowball effect.
It
just
opens
starts
up the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I will go try water skiing. Maybe I will try skiing. Maybe I will go out on a fishing tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll start to do those things. Maybe I will rock climb, because those guys made it so easy. Maybe we'll go kayaking, and instead of in a tandem kayak, I can go in a single kayak.
Yeah.
Right? And then maybe I can fish in my kayak. And so it just snowballs, and that's what we see. The smiles are great. The laughter is great. Just that exuberance of, you know, oh my goodness, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure we see it at the golf course. We see it here. We see it just about everywhere and everything that we do. And it is just fabulous.
Excellent. Well,
I can't get used to it. You know? I mean, for us, we kind of see it every day, but we see it every day, and it's just that infectious for us to get more people out doing things and to spread that wealth of knowledge and get everybody out.
It never gets old.
It never gets old, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time and for explaining a little bit more about Adaptive Adventures. And you can check that out at adaptiveadventures.org. And make sure you're checking all the social media for the Department of Veterans Affairs, which we co-present this event with, the Golf Clinic, every year. We could not do it without them. It's a great partnership. And also make sure you're checking veteransgolfclinic.org for all the coverage we have. Thanks a lot.